Hi, welcome to another tutorial video in which I'll be showing you how to create, read and write from text files. So what I'm going to do first is create a text file programmatically in Python. So I'm going to define a variable here called myFile, and then I'm going to set it to open, and then I need to enter the name of my file as a parameter, so I'm going to call it myfile.txt. Then I'm going to specify the mode for opening my file in. I'm going to open it in write mode to begin with, so that's just a W in those speech marks. So what I'm going to do then is type print myfile.name, and that's going to print out the name of the file that I've just created, so that we can just make sure that we've created that file there. And I'll also show you it in the folder in Windows that I've got here. I'm just going to type myfile.close, and that's going to close the file in my Python document. Okay, if I run this code, then we get the result myfile.txt, so it's printed out the name that we've given that file. And if we open the folder that I've got my Python file stored in Windows, we can see that we've got a new file here called myfile.txt. We can double click on that, and it's just an empty file called myfile. Close that. So there we go, myfile text document. That's been created using our Python program. What we can now do is write to the file. So what I'm going to do, I closed my file here, so I'm going to open it again. So I'm going to say my file equals open my file.txt, and although we've already got a text document called myfile, we haven't got anything in it, so we can open it in write mode and overwrite it. That doesn't matter because we've not stored anything in our file yet. Now, to write a string into the file, I'm going to say myfile.write, and then just type the string in that I want to write to the file. So if I wanted to write computing tutor to the file, I just type in computing tutor in the parentheses there, and then myfile.close to close the file again. So we run that, we'll get myfile.txt from the previous code, and let's look at our folder to see what text document we get. So we've got a text document called myfile. If we double click on that and open it in Notepad, you'll see it's got computing tutor in there. So our program has written that string computing tutor to the file just fine. What we can now do is read the file that we've created in example 2. So I'm going to open the file up again in exactly the same way, myfile open, and then the name of the file that we created in example 2, so myfile.txt. And then this time though we're going to open it in read mode, so I'm going to say put an R there instead of a W. I'm now going to define a variable to store the file contents in. So I'm going to say my file contents. We're going to set that equal to myfile dot read, and that will read the entire contents of the file that I've created in example 2 into my file contents. Then close the file up again. Now, if I type in a print statement here and print my file contents out, in the console we should get the contents of the file Computing Tutor in the printed out into the console. So let's try that. And there we have it. Computing Tutor printed out into the console. We've read the text Computing Tutor from this file here. My last example then, I'm going to append to a file. And what that means is I'm not going to overwrite the file completely while I open it up and read in write mode for a second time. Instead I'm going to open it up in append mode, which allows me to add text to an existing file and not delete the text that I've already got there. So I'm going to open the file up in a similar way to the other examples. So open and the file name that I've created in the previous examples. I'm going to open it in append mode though, so that's just an A there. Then I'm going to type my file .write. And this looks the same as this write, but because it's open in append mode, it's going to just add the string to the end of the file. So I'm going to add hello world to the end of this file. Then close off the file. And then if we run this code, we should get Computing Tutor printed out from the reading the file example. And then when we open the file from the folder, we should be able to see Computing Tutor and then hello world appended onto the end of the file. So we've got Computing Tutor printed out from the reading from the file example. Let's go to our folder and we've got my file in there. We open that up in Notepad. We've got Computing Tutor and Hello World appended to the end of the file from our appending example. Okay, so that's just a short introduction into basic operations with text files. I hope you found this tutorial video useful. I'll see you in the next one.